Hi, this is Eli. Hey guys, we're about to start the show. Um, just to give you a heads up, we got some important topics to talk about, okay? But before we get started, I must play my intro music. And again, we got some important topics to talk about. And we will talk about it, okay? But before we get started, let me play my intro music, okay? Again, let me play my intro music. Here we go. Go ahead and start that over. We're playing our intro music first, and then we got some serious business to talk about, okay? Because guys, I want to go over some things with you. Let me go ahead and let this intro music play, okay? Make sure the volume is up loud. Thank you guys. Thank you for being patient with me. Let this music play and then we'll start, okay? I'm playing my intro music. For those of you who are asking, I am playing my intro music, okay? Thank you for understanding. Yeah. And by the way, I'm new to YouTube. So make sure you support my channel, okay? I'm very new to this, so please forgive me. I'm new to YouTube, so make sure you support my channel, okay? I'm the new guy. I'm very new to YouTube, so make sure you support me. This is a good song to start the show. This is my intro music, and I'm new to YouTube, so make sure you support me, okay, guys? We'll do this every time before we get started, okay? I'll always play my intro music because I'm new to YouTube, and I want YouTube to notice me. Because I'm new to YouTube, and I want YouTube to notice me. Yeah, go ahead. We're about to start the show. We're about to start the show in a minute. I always start my show off by playing the intro music, okay? So, yeah, I'm in the middle of recording right now. Let me start my show off, okay? We got some serious business to talk about. We got some serious things to talk about. Very, very serious. Something that you guys must know, okay? The music is almost over. Let it finish, and then we'll start. We got some important topics to talk about, okay? Serious business. We're about to start the show right now, so get ready. Okay, guys. So now that the intro music is over, now that I started my intro music and it's now over, now we got some important things to talk about. This is crucial. It's very important. You need to pay attention to what I'm about to say. It's very crucial, and you guys need to hear this. Okay? So, have you noticed the prices have gone up? Have you noticed that? No, seriously. Have you noticed the prices going up? Have you noticed that? Let me explain why the prices are going up. I need you guys to pay attention. Because what I'm about to say is going to be very, very offensive. It might even strike you at the heart of everything that you once believed. It's going to strike you at the heart of everything that you once believed. And if you're a poor person, you really need to pay attention. Because my message is always directed towards who? Poor people. So poor people, you need to really listen to what I'm about to say right now. Because what I'm about to say is going to strike to the core of your beliefs and value. It might even offend you. Now, have you noticed, and I'm going to ask the question again. For those of you who missed that question, let me go ahead and ask you again. Have you noticed the prices are going up? It's going up in real estate, especially. It's going up in real estate, especially. If you notice, whether you live in a one-bedroom apartment, whether you live in a house, whether you live in a trailer, doesn't matter where you live. You can live in an apartment, a house, or a trailer. It doesn't matter. Have you noticed the rent going up? Have you noticed the rent is going up? Now you might ask why. Why is the rent going up? And by the way, it's not just in real estate. For all you poor guys out there, because listen, I love poor people, okay? My channel is all about supporting poor people. So don't think for a minute that I'm just trying to hurt poor people. No, I am not. This channel is all about helping poor people. It's also designed to help average people. It's also designed to help the middle class. Because I need you to understand something here. It doesn't matter if you're poor, middle class, or just average. You need to understand something here. Okay? Have you noticed, even at a grocery store, even when you go inside a grocery store, have you noticed the prices are going up? Have you noticed that? Even when you walk into a grocery store, a freaking grocery store where you buy your groceries, have you noticed the prices are going up? The prices are going up sky high. Have you noticed that? Now let me explain why. Please let me explain why. And this is going to offend a lot of you. But let me explain why. The reason why prices are going up, are you ready? This is going to offend a lot of people, but you guys know when I speak about things, I speak about things out of love. I do it out of love. I do it for you guys. Do you know why prices are going up? It's because of the minimum wage laws. That's right. The minimum wage laws. Let me say it again. The minimum wage laws. Let me say it again. Minimum wage laws. Let me say it one more time. The minimum wage laws. See, let me explain something to you. This is why the rent is going up. This is why the rent is going up. This is why you're paying more on your mortgage. On your mortgage. Let me explain something to you. As long as minimum wage laws keep going up, the prices are going to keep going up. Now you're going to say, Eli, what does this have to do with real estate? I just told you. Minimum wage goes up, so your rent goes up, as well as your mortgage goes up. As minimum wage goes up, the rent goes up, and your mortgage goes up. I went to the grocery store and I wanted to buy some vegetables. Some freaking vegetables, guys. And let me tell you, I bought some broccoli, some carrots, some cauliflower, and some spinach. And that's all I bought. That's all I bought. Guess how much it cost me? Take a guess. $25 for broccoli, carrots, celery, and spinach and cauliflower. $25. Now you're over here trying to buy a house. And you're wondering why it's so expensive to buy a house? It's because of the minimum wage laws. You live in a trailer park. Let's say you live in a trailer, right? Chances are you live in a trailer park. You notice the rent keeps going up. You're paying more to live in a trailer now. When in the old days, you used to be cheap and live in a trailer, not anymore. And a one-bedroom apartment today, guys, is about $700, $800, $900, almost $1,000 a month for a one-bedroom apartment. And if you go to California or New York, forget about it. It's going to be more. If you live in California or New York, it's going to be more. In California, right now, the going rate in California is $1,300 a month. Let me say that again. The going rate in California is $1,300 a month. And in New York, the going rate in New York is $1,500 a month. That's right, folks. That's $1,500 each month for a one-bedroom apartment. Let me say it again for all you people out there who did not hear me the first time. In New York, the going rate for a one-bedroom apartment, is about $1,500 a month. That's right. $1,500 a month. Now, what I'm about to say is controversial. And I need you guys to sit down. If you have any kids with you or anybody that you love, bring them to this TV screen and let them hear what I'm about to say. Bring them up to the computer monitor and let them hear what I'm about to say. Listen to me well. Minimum wage is going up. This is one reason why I had a problem with giving higher wages to people. This is why I was totally against it. This is why I'm still against giving higher wages to people. Now you're going to say to me, and I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, Eli, what is wrong with helping poor people? Nothing. There's nothing wrong with helping poor people. I dedicated my whole entire life trying to help poor people. Real talk. I've dedicated my whole entire life helping poor people because I know what it's like to be poor. I'm not stupid. I know what it's like to be poor. But you got to listen to me now. As long as minimum wages keep going up, and this is why I was totally against the minimum wage laws. I was totally against it. Because when you give people higher wages, guess what happens? The prices go up. Because think about it, guys. In order for your employer to pay you more, he has to hike the minimum wage laws. He has to raise them. He has to hike it up. So what you used to pay for is now more expensive. What you used to pay for is now expensive. This is something that you guys got to understand. People say, well, Eli, we have to raise raises to help people out. No, that is not true. What you're going to do is you're going to bring up inflation and higher taxes. Not only are you going to bring up inflation and higher taxes, the prices are going to be more expensive. Therefore, the cost of living is going to be more expensive. Most of you guys don't want to hear that, but you need to hear that. You need to hear that. As prices go up, inflation goes up, taxes go up. That means you guys are now going to be on the hook for paying more. And think about it. Your employer has to hike up the price in order to pay his employees. That's why prices are going to keep going up. That's why I was totally against it. Now, how does this affect real estate? I'll tell you how. You are now going to be paying more. Not less, more. To live in a house, to live in a 1-bedroom apartment, to live in a 2-bedroom apartment. Heck, you might even pay more to live in a trailer park. You're going to pay more now to live. To live in a trailer park, you're going to pay more now to live. And you guys need to understand why. And by the way, let me take a time out and let me just say this. I am very new to YouTube. So for all my YouTubers out there, forgive me for being this way, because I'm not trying to disrespect nobody here. You guys say you want to help poor people. This is not how you do it. Raising taxes is not going to help poor people. Raising inflation is not going to help poor people. This is not how you do it. You are never, and I do mean never, going to help poor people that way. You're just not. And the very people who you claim to protect, you end up hurting. Let me explain. When you go to the grocery store, I keep pointing out the grocery store. I know I sound like a broken record, guys. I know I sound like a broken record, and I'm sorry. But I gotta keep pointing this stuff out. When you go to a grocery store, you notice how the prices keep going up. They're not going down. The prices are going up. This is what happens when you think you're helping poor people by raising taxes, by raising inflation, or giving higher wages to poor people. Let me tell you right now, giving higher wages to poor people does not help poor people. It hurts them. Prices are going to keep going up. And every time you raise minimum wage, every time you raise minimum wage, everything else goes up. Everything else goes up. You know how I know? Because they tried this already in other countries. In Latin American countries such as Venezuela, Venezuela is a left-wing socialist country. So they've already tried this already. In a socialist country like Venezuela. And what happened was, as they kept raising taxes, inflation kept going up. So the price of food kept going up. And that's why when you go to countries like Venezuela, it would cost you $900 just to buy a banana. $900 just to buy a banana. $25,000 for a loaf of bread. That's wheelbarrows upon wheelbarrows to buy a loaf of bread in Venezuela. Okay? It costs a lot to eat because in Venezuela, their currency is different in Venezuela. In Venezuela, they use a different currency. They use what is called the bolivar. See, the bolivar is different than our country. See, we use American dollars. But see, and over there in Venezuela, they use what is called the bolivar. For a plate of chicken and rice in Venezuela, you're looking at $1,000. That is the cheapest. The most expensive plate for beans and rice in Venezuela, you're looking at $10,000. $10,000. I ask you, how does that help the poor? If you are a poor, average person, how does that help you? I'm going to ask you again, how does that help the poor? And you say, well, how does this affect real estate? I just told you how it affected real estate. When you go to Venezuela, the price are going up significantly. You got to understand that. There's no way you're going to be able to raise minimum wages. And this is why I was against, by the way, this is why I was against raising minimum wages. This is why I was against it. I was against it because I knew inflation was going to cause the prices to go up. And higher taxes were going to cause the prices to go up. And your employer, the only way he can give you a raise hike or higher wages, he has to raise the price of goods. That's the only way he can do it. There is no other way for him to do it. There is no special way he can do this. Have you been to Europe? Europe is a beautiful country, but it's so expensive to live there. Europe is a beautiful country, but it's so expensive to live there. When you go to the UK, the United Kingdom, Britain, London, expensive. It's expensive to live in Europe. France, forget about it. It's expensive to live in Paris, France. Venezuela, I just went over Venezuela. And here's the thing. The poor end up staying poor because as things cost more to buy things, prices are going to keep going up. How does this help poor people? You guys are not helping poor people by giving them higher wages. That's not how you help poor people. I was getting into an argument on Facebook with this one guy because this one guy kept saying, "Oh, what did he say? What did he say?" He was like, "Oh, if you want to help poor people, we need to give them higher wages. We need to increase wages, higher wages," he said. And I got into an argument with him because I said, "No, that's a lie. That is a bald-faced lie. You're never going to help poor people by raising wages like that. Because what's going to happen is prices are going to go up. Because in order for your employer to give you a higher wages, he has to raise the prices of goods. He has to raise his prices, which makes things more expensive, which makes it harder for the poor person to buy what he wants to buy. This is not how you're going to help them. You guys are never going to help poor people doing that. Because once your employer starts paying you more, he's going to have to raise the prices in order to continue to pay you more. Now, how does this affect you when you go to buy a house? When you go to buy a house, you're going to pay more. Because now that minimum wages keep going up, now that your boss is paying you higher wages, now that minimum wage keeps going up, the price of goods have to keep going up. Again, how does this help the poor? It doesn't. I fail to see how this helps poor people. But I don't know. Put it in the comments. Let me know if I'm wrong, okay? Let me know if I'm wrong. My name is Eli West. By the way, I am new to YouTube. So guys, make sure you support me. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit the subscribe button. I'm making these videos for you guys. So make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit the subscribe button. My name is Eli West, 675, The Real Estate Guy. That's the name of my channel. Again, it's Eli West, 675, The Real Estate Guy. Make sure you hit the like button and make sure you hit the subscribe button. Thank you for watching my channel and thank you for supporting me. Thank you and have a wonderful day. God bless.